Before this story begins, pause for just a second and imagine this. What if the person you trusted the least turned out to be the one who saved everything you loved? If stories like this touch your heart, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and stay with us until the very end, because what you're about to hear will change the way you see loyalty, sacrifice, and love. The night Victor Hale installed the hidden cameras, he told himself it was for protection, nothing more. As one of the city's youngest self-made millionaires, he had enemies he couldn't count and money that made people smile too quickly. But the real reason wasn't fear of thieves or rivals. It was his son, Liam, 13 years old, brilliant, stubborn, and paralyzed from the neck down after a car accident that had also taken Victor's wife. The mansion was filled with silence now, broken only by the hum of medical machines and the soft wheels of Liam's motorized chair. Victor worked endlessly, convincing himself that money could fix what fate had shattered, yet every night he stood outside his son's room, unable to step inside for long. Watching through cameras felt easier than facing the guilt in Liam's eyes. The maid, Anna, had been hired quietly. No background story that impressed, no polished accent, no confident smile. Just a middle-aged woman with tired eyes and gentle hands. Victor barely noticed her at first. To him, she was part of the background, like the marble floors or the curtains. Still, he made sure the cameras covered every corner, hallways, living room, and especially Liam's room. He justified it as safety. But deep down, it was control. Watching meant he didn't have to trust. Liam, on the other hand, noticed everything. He noticed how Anna spoke to him like he mattered, not like a fragile object. She didn't pity him or rush through her tasks. She asked him questions, waited for answers, and listened. At first, he responded with cold politeness. Pain had taught him not to hope. But Anna returned each day with the same quiet kindness, and slowly, Liam began to open up. Victor first reviewed the footage out of habit. Late at night, alone in his office, he fast-forwarded through hours of nothing. Then one evening, he stopped. On the screen, Anna sat beside Liam's bed, holding a book. She wasn't reading from it. She was telling a story, animated, expressive, making gestures as if Liam could jump up and act it out with her. Liam was smiling. Victor hadn't seen that smile in months. Something twisted in his chest. The next days, Victor watched more closely. Anna sang softly while adjusting Liam's blankets. She played old chess games with him, patiently moving the pieces where he directed. She even argued with him sometimes, laughing when he teased her. None of this was in her job description. Victor felt uneasy. Why was she doing so much? People never did anything for free. Then came the challenge that changed everything. One afternoon, Victor received an emergency call from a business partner and had to leave the city for 2 days. He hesitated before going, staring at the camera feed on his phone. Liam was with Anna, discussing a science documentary. Victor almost canceled the trip. Instead, he left, reminding himself that this was exactly why the cameras existed. That night, a storm hit. Power flickered across the estate. Backup generators kicked in, but one camera went dark. Liam's room. Victor panicked. He refreshed the feed again and again. Nothing. His mind filled with worst-case scenarios. He tried calling Anna. No answer. When the power returned, Victor replayed the footage from earlier. What he saw froze him. During the outage, Anna had rushed into Liam's room with a flashlight. The medical monitor had failed. Liam was struggling to breathe. Anna didn't scream or run. She remembered every instruction the nurses had taught, manually supporting Liam's breathing until the system rebooted. Her hands shook, tears streamed down her face, but she never stopped talking to him, never stopped encouraging him. "Stay with me, Nino. I'm here. I won't leave you." Victor watched the footage over and over, his hands trembling. This wasn't duty, this was love. When Victor returned home, he didn't go to his office. He went straight to Liam's room. Anna was there, helping him with homework. Victor stood silently at the door. Liam looked up and said something that cut deeper than any accusation. "She stayed, Dad. She didn't leave when it got scary." Victor finally spoke. He thanked Anna. His voice cracked. She looked surprised, almost embarrassed. She told him about her own son, lost years ago to illness because she couldn't afford proper care. "When I look at Liam," she said softly, "I see a second chance to do what I couldn't before." That night, Victor removed the cameras from Liam's room. Trust, he realized, was more powerful than surveillance. He also did something he had avoided since the accident. He sat with his son, really sat with him, and listened. He apologized for hiding behind money and screens. Liam cried. Victor cried. Healing began, not with technology, but with presence. Months passed. Victor funded a rehabilitation program inspired by Anna's dedication. Liam began showing small improvements, tiny finger movements, stronger breaths. Hope returned, slow but real. Anna became part of the family, not as a maid, but as someone irreplaceable. In the end, Victor understood the true lesson: protection isn't about watching from a distance. It's about showing up, trusting the right people, and letting love do what money never can. And if this story reminded you that kindness can come from the most unexpected places, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, because sometimes, one story can change how we see the world.